Good day and welcome to today's program. I am Iyasiri Oluwaseun Sarah, and the program is about how to maximize LinkedIn as a researcher. I'm a researcher. I'm a senior lecturer at the Department of Animal Physiology, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. And it was good for us to have this platform where researchers can also see the reason or the benefits of being on LinkedIn and to be able to maximize it. We have two presentations today from who is Mrs. Omobamiri Adiola Oshideko. Omobamiri Adiola Oshideko is a trained accountant in Nigeria, Canada, and in the United Kingdom. Outside her regular job as a finance professional, Adiola is a personal development coach and a branding expert. She is a graduate of the University of London, where she obtained a master's in accounting. Her passion for writing, teaching, and public speaking is what launched her into what she does presently as a coach, speaker, and a branding consultant. Adiola is an international speaker who has spoken in different countries, both online and offline. She is the licensed organizer of TEDx Bingaville, and she has successfully organized a TEDx event in Bingaville. Bingaville is a city in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, in the western part of Africa, where she lives with her family. She is an author who has written 6 published authors and 14 ebooks, and has coached over 10,000 people in personal development and branding. She is an executive director of PCD Academy, which is an online school that teaches various personal development skills, and My Branding Academy, which is an online school that trains business owners and individuals on branding. Currently, Adiola is the principal partner of Crystal Edge Professional Services, which is a Lagos-based training and brand consultancy company. Adiola has featured on Arise News London, TVC Nigeria, Web NGTV, Galaxy TV, Girls Show RTV on GoTV, Nigeria Tribune, Style, Born Magazine, Jide Kaiji Magazine, and so many other print media, such as Nigeria Tribune and The Nation. She is a multiple-time award-winning coach, and she has won so many awards, including 2 international awards. She is a social media influencer, a multiple brand ambassador, and the editor-in-chief of the Crystal magazine. She is the founder of Coach by Omobamiri, which is a Facebook community of over 21,000 members. Adiola is the convener of the Global Brand Summit, the Branded Women Awards, and the Iconic Brand Award and Personal Branding Affirmation Challenge. She is a mentor to few and a role model to many. Adiola is a lover of music, fashion, and arts. She loves to spend time with her family when she is not working. Join me in welcoming Omobamiri Adiola Oshideko to today's program. You're welcome, ma.
Good afternoon. I hope I am audible enough.
Yes.
Can you all hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Good afternoon. It's afternoon right here in the city of Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire. It's really good to be here. Thank you so much, madam, for having me on your platform. And I hope we are going to have a good time together today. Like you said, my name is Omobamiri Adiola Oshideko. You can call me Adiola. Adiola is fine. And I'm going to be talking to us today about the benefit of LinkedIn. 1 minute, please. So I am going to be talking to us today about the benefit of LinkedIn, how you can optimize your profile on LinkedIn, and how you can maximize the benefits of LinkedIn, because it's something for you to know that there is benefit somewhere. And it's another thing for you to be able to maximize that benefit to your own advantage. So let's just dive straight into business. What is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is just a social media platform like every other social media platform that we are conversant with. I know we know quite a number of social media platforms that we have. We have TikTok, we have Facebook, we have Snapchat, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have Quora, we have Pinterest, we have quite a number of them. And LinkedIn is just one of them. So there's really nothing special. There's really nothing strange. There's really nothing, because people usually see LinkedIn as, oh, one almighty platform like that. No, there's really nothing special about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is just like every other social media platform that you've seen before or you are present on. So let me just define what LinkedIn is. LinkedIn is the largest, actually not one of the largest, is the largest business-oriented and professional networking social media platform geared towards professionals. It has over 500 million members in over 200 countries. So why LinkedIn? Why do you want to consider LinkedIn? Why all this brouhaha about LinkedIn? Why are we here to talk about LinkedIn? So I am going to be telling you why LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional platform, like I said, and it's a platform where brands, individuals, businesses can come together to network, to exchange ideas, and to explore opportunities. There's so many opportunities on LinkedIn. I want you to know that. LinkedIn gives you the ability to showcase your profile to the world, not just your profile, your expertise, your experience, your education, your credibility. So it's a platform to showcase every of those things I've mentioned: your profile, your skills, your expertise, your experience, your credibility, the things you can do, what you have to offer, your brand, your personal brand. LinkedIn is just the appropriate, let me just say, is the perfect platform to showcase all of those things that I've mentioned. And it helps to create an impression about yourself, and that is where personal brand comes in. It helps recruiter to be able to locate you, because recruiters are all over LinkedIn looking for the best candidates for their job vacancies. So if you're on LinkedIn, it gives you that opportunity to showcase yourself to recruiters. Not just that. On LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is an international platform, like I said, it has members from close to 150 countries. Yes, close to 200 countries, and it has over 500 million users. So you can be rest assured that a platform that has diversity, that has people from different parts of the world, will expose you to more international opportunities. I have mentioned so many social medias now, and I have not seen that platform that has the kind of influence, international influence, that LinkedIn has. I've used Facebook for years. I've been on Instagram for years. I usually do not go to Twitter. I just go once in a while. But from the information I have about all this platform, I can assure you that LinkedIn has more international opportunities than any other social media platforms. So apart from that, I mentioned job opportunities. You'll be able to get job opportunities on LinkedIn. And you have job opportunities on LinkedIn. You have international opportunities, volunteering opportunities are on LinkedIn, business opportunities. Gone are the days when people think it's just professionals that are on LinkedIn. People are also on LinkedIn to do business. So if you have a personal business you want to do, LinkedIn is also a suitable place. Don't look at it from the angle of, oh, I don't have a office, or I am not a 9-to-5 employee. Even though the purpose of this gathering right now, according to the host, is for researchers, it's for professionals, it's for people who are in the academic field, who go to work in the morning and come in the evening. But I also understand that some of us will have one of the things we do by the side that brings in income, extra income for us. So yeah, LinkedIn is also a perfect place to showcase all of that. There are networking opportunities. I met my host, Madam Oluwaseun. I met her on LinkedIn. If I did not meet her on LinkedIn, I would not be here today. I am very sure that we are going to do so many things together, even in the nearest future. So you meet people on LinkedIn. And when I'm talking about meeting people, I'm not just talking about ordinary people. Of course, nobody is ordinary, but I'm talking about people that really matter. People that are really important to your goal in life, people that are really, we've done a lot of things in the past, even before she brought me here today. So we're talking about quality people that will help your life, that will help your career, that will help your business. So on other social media, because I'm talking about why LinkedIn, why? What's the fuse about this LinkedIn? So on other social media platform, we have a lot of people who are just there to catch fun, to while away time. You know, we have people who are there to bully other people, to gossip, to do so many random things. But you will hardly find that on LinkedIn. Most of the time, people who are on LinkedIn are intentional people. People who know what they are doing, who know what they want. People who have a particular goal in mind, probably for networking, for business opportunities, for professional growth and career growth, career development, people who are looking for a job. You know, we have so many intentional people. So we're talking about quality people on LinkedIn. That is very, very key. So let's talk about LinkedIn optimization. I've explained to you why you should consider LinkedIn if you're not yet active on that platform. I've just given you so many reasons why you should start considering building a presence on that platform. So let's quickly move to how you can optimize your profile to get maximum benefit of LinkedIn. How you can optimize your profile to get maximum benefit from LinkedIn. If you don't have an optimized profile on LinkedIn, it's just as if you're just there to click, because all those benefits I've mentioned might not accrue to you, because people see you as you're not serious. People see you as you're not intentional. And all those things that are on LinkedIn are there for a purpose. They are not just there for a camouflage. So every section on LinkedIn matters, and they should be well optimized. Because if you don't optimize your LinkedIn profile, you just discover that you are there for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, nothing is happening. And you're like, I thought these people said if I am on this platform, this will happen, that will happen, this will happen. And I'm like, there's nothing is happening here. What's going on? So it's just because you have not been, you have not done the right thing, or you have not been doing the right thing. So I'm going to be mentioning to you a few things you need to do to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Optimizing just means having a wholesome profile. It's not like you're leaving any parts. You have a wholesome profile that if anybody is visiting your page, they have all the information they need about you. It's readily there. And that is why those sessions are there. So I'm going to be mentioning 10 things now that you need to complete before you can say to yourself, oh, I have optimized my profile. And number one is your profile picture. If you're on LinkedIn, this is not even peculiar to LinkedIn. I think all social media platforms, you should have a profile picture. It doesn't harm, it doesn't hurt. I know a lot of us, we are like, oh, I'm a private person, I don't want people to see. I'm like, what exactly are you hiding? What exactly are you hiding? Because even while we are growing up, when we want to fill forms, we put our passport photograph. From primary school, if you have to fill any form, you put your passport photograph. For so many forms we fill when we were in the university. So what exactly are you hiding? Why is your profile picture empty? So it is very important that you attach your profile picture to your accounts or to your profile. Very, very important. And when we're talking about a profile picture, people usually think that, oh, I think someone mentioned it on my post one day and said, oh, this LinkedIn, I'm not sure I have time for you people here. It's always nothing tie and suit and, you know, just dressing corporate, and I don't have time for that. I'm like, no, that's not it. You're getting it wrong. There is no law. There is no constitution that says you must wear suit and tie before you can put your profile. There are so many people that are wearing casual wears and they're looking good. What is important is that your picture is decent, is professional. It has a plain background, not a busy background. It's presentable. So you can wear a t-shirt. Just make sure that you look presentable. So it's not about what you're wearing. It's how you're wearing it now. Okay, so let your profile picture be decent. Let it be professional. Let it be of high resolution. Don't go and take a selfie and just put it there and just like, oh, they asked us to put one picture. Let me just look for one picture in my phone gallery. Whether the one you took at the beach or you want the one you took at Owambe, you just look for one picture and just put it there. No. Most of the time, we advise people to go to the studio to take a professional headshot. Okay, because Your image matters. How you present yourself to the world really, really matters. It forms an impression in the mind of people. I know we are all professionals here, so don't let me draw too much on that, but I believe you all understand what I'm trying to say. The professional picture is very, very important. Another thing is your cover image. That one, there is really no standard for that. You can put anything, a graphic design, you can put up a graphic design, or you can just check other people in your industry and see what their cover photo looks like, and you can replicate it. Then the third one, which is very, very important, is your about. Your about is your bio. Your bio is like a brief summary of what you stand for. Who are you? Like if I read your bio, I should be able to have a good grasp of who you are. Maybe not completely, but let me just have an idea of you, your personality. Like if you read my bio now, you will know from my bio that I'm a very friendly person, because the way I wrote it, the tone, the language, the style, the voice shows that I'm friendly, I'm accommodating. So it gives people that access to come into my inbox to discuss business, discuss things with me, because the tone and the style of my profile, of my bio, shows that I am approachable and I'm friendly. So a lot goes into your bio. It's not just about coining words together. A lot of things goes into it. Once again, you can check for other people within your industry and see what their bio look like. Or you can hire a coach. So if you want a coach to help you do that, I am available for that. Okay. So number 4 is your experience. So we have a space for your experience. It's not just there for showcase. It's not just there for figurehead. It's there for a purpose. Document your experience. Document your experience from the beginning to the end. Number 5 is your education. There's also a section for your education. Put your education there. You might not put your primary and your secondary, all those ones are really not necessary. You can start from your tertiary institutions, the qualifications you have, your BSc, your master's, your PhD. Let everything be well documented in that section. Number 6 is your certifications. If you have any professional certification, you can put it there. ACCA, for me now, I am ACCA, I'm an ACCA member, FCCA fellow, certified chartered accountant. If you have skills in digital marketing, you're certified public speaker, you're certified branding expert, whatever it is that you have a certification, that is very appropriate for you to put under that session. Another thing is your skills. What can you do? What are the skills that you possess? Communication skills, public speaking skills, digital marketing skills, financial analysis skills, what else? Researching. I don't know, because I'm talking to academicians here, so I really do not know so much about your field. I'm more conversant with the professional field. So any certification you have, you can also put it there. Or any skills, rather. I'm not talking about skills. Any skills you have, you can put it under your session. Then another session is recommendation. Recommendation. You can recommend people. You can also tell people to recommend you. And I have a little issue with this recommendation. I do not like the fact that people go to other people's inbox to go and seek and ask for recommendation when they do not know you. Because when you're recommending someone on LinkedIn, LinkedIn will ask you a series of questions. Do you know this person? How do you know them? Have you worked with them? Have they worked with you? Do you supervise them in any capacity? Did they attend your school? You know, they ask you so many, like just trying to establish the relationship with you, between the two of you. Now, if you are not able to establish any relationship, that means you're going to lie. And we all know that lying is not good. Okay? Apart from our religion that told us that lying is not good. Morally, we also, you also will agree with me that lying is not good. So do not recommend people you do not know. Apart from lying, apart from the fact that lying is bad, another thing is you can't recommend someone you do not know. If anything happens, and someone is counting on your recommendation, and someone is saying, oh, I saw this person. I saw Omobabiri recommended this lady. She should be a good person. And the person bank on your recommendation to engage that person. And the thing backfire, even though I am not a lawyer, but I know that there's something they call express or implied or something. But impliedly, by implication, The person can actually hold you responsible that you have recommended this person. I saw your recommendation, and that was why I was able to engage with this person. So please do not recommend people you do not know, and don't go and meet people. Do not put anybody on the hot seat by asking them to recommend you when they don't know you. If I have not worked with you, if you have not worked with me, what do you want me to write? I mean, what exactly do you want me to write about you? Do you want me to fabricate lies, or you want me to coin things that are not existing? No, I can't do that. Okay, so you can approach people like Madam Sheon. I have had a kind of relationship with her. I think we met this year, and we've done, like I said, we've done quite a number of things together. So if she comes to me that I should recommend her, I can recommend her to a reasonable extent. So if you don't know someone and someone doesn't know you, it's not right for you to go and meet that kind of person to say, oh, come and recommend me. Recommend you for what exactly? Okay, so that's number 8. Number 9 is honors and award. If you've received any award in the past, there's also a section for you to put that on your LinkedIn profile. Number 10 is languages. If you can speak Spanish, can speak French. Don't mind me. I'm supposed to speak French to you guys. But I'm sorry for that word, you guys. That's very unprofessional of me. Sorry. I'm supposed to speak French to you, but I don't know how to speak French. Pardon me. I've been here for quite a number of years, but that language, I don't even understand. I don't even know. I've been finding it very, very difficult to understand French. I don't know if anybody can help me. But I think it's about willingness, passion, interests. Yeah. So that's just on a lighter mode, you know. Everything doesn't have to be LinkedIn. I just decided to insert that to lighten the mood. Okay, so if you can speak any other language apart from English, you can speak French, Spanish, German. What other languages do we have? So many of them there. There is a space for you to put it on LinkedIn. Okay, so those are the 10 things you need to do. You need to complete on LinkedIn before you can boldly say, I have a well-optimized profile on LinkedIn. I have a well-optimized profile on LinkedIn. Now, you will all agree with me that these 10 things, it's enough for people to understand who you are. And that's why people say LinkedIn is like your CV. Especially for people who are looking for a job. I was speaking with my boss, my former boss yesterday, and she was telling me some things that has been happening on her LinkedIn account. I'm like, wow. Like, this is really it. This is it. Okay, so it's like your CV. People get job from LinkedIn every day. After this session, I'm going to be having a meeting with a client. She got in touch with me on LinkedIn. I've met a lot of amazing people on LinkedIn. I've interacted, I've gotten a lot of business, a lot of information on LinkedIn. Okay, so LinkedIn is like a complete CV that people can use. So recruiters can contact you. You don't even need to, sometimes you might apply for jobs. There are jobs on LinkedIn. There's a menu on LinkedIn where you can apply for jobs. You even you filter it to pick your preferences. Oh, I want a job in USA. I want one in Canada. I want a full-time or remote job, part-time, on-site. There are filters. You filter it. And when people post jobs that are related to that area, you get an alert and you can apply for them. Apart from that, what I'm telling you is that recruiters go to LinkedIn to search for people themselves. So it depends on how well optimized you are, and that's why it is very important for you to optimize your profile. For instance, even your profile, you put that you're a chartered secretary. The keyword is there. So when for instance, I'm a recruiter, I'm going to LinkedIn, I just put the keyword chartered secretary. So everyone who has that word in their profile, it pops up their profile, and I start checking one by one. So when I check through and I find your profile interesting or anything interesting about you, I note it down. So I might get in touch with any of you at the end of the day and say, oh, I saw your profile. I have this vacancy and I would like you to come on board for an interview, and a formal interview invitation will be sent to you. And that's it. A lot of people have gotten jobs. A lot of people have gotten experiences with so many kind of brands and all that on LinkedIn. Okay, so after you have optimized your profile, should you just sit down and fold your hands and say, oh, I have arrived. Let me just enjoy. Let me just catch some fresh breath and just enjoy my life on LinkedIn. They said when I do all those 10 things, I will just get a job one morning, bam. No, it doesn't work like that. You need to put in some effort. You don't want to have a blank timeline. Timeline is when you put your post. Engage with other people, interact. I have mentioned so many reasons why people join LinkedIn. Some people join for business, some people join for professional growth and career development, some people join for networking, some people join just to socialize and meet people. Okay, depends on your motive and your reason. Okay, but regardless of which of those reasons are yours, you still need to do something on your LinkedIn profile. Two things you need to do. You need to also create content, and you also need to engage. Engage means you don't just go there, scroll, check what other people are doing, and you just leave. You go there, you check what other people are doing, you register your presence. Registering your presence means you like their posts, you comment on their posts, you engage in meaningful conversations, because that is how you grow. That is how you get what you want. I've seen a lot of people who get opportunities in the comment section. They did not even post anything. They just saw a very enlightening post. They penned down their comments, and you see people started looking for them here and there just for that comment. So you never can tell what will attract people to you. You need to engage with people, comment on other people's posts. Don't just go there, scroll, and leave. It's like you are leaving. It's like a snake. I don't know how to say it in English. Pardon me. I'm trying to convert a proverb in my dialect, in my language, to English. It's like a snake that goes on the rock, that pass through the rock and leave no impact. For instance, if there is a rock and a snake pass through, you will not know. If you go there, you won't know that a snake just passed through this place. Okay, but if a man that has mud on his leg pass through the same place, the man is going to leave a footprint. So engaging on people's posts on LinkedIn is like you leaving a footprint on that platform. Another thing is create content. Don't let me hear, oh, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to post. No, you have something. You have an area of interest. You have something about your profession that you're passionate about, that you want to talk about. There are so many things. Before you find your feet on that platform, before you finally settle for, oh, this is what I want to start talking about, you can share random things that is not really peculiar to a particular area. You can share random stories. You can share your thoughts, your opinion. You can lend your voice on issues, national issues. Lend your voice on issues relating to your industry, issues relating to the environment, issues relating to the nation. So these are the things you can talk about. You can write a text, like an article. You can do a short video. You can, what else? You can do audio. There's so many things you can do. So don't just fold your hands on the platform and say, oh, let me just be watching. No, that is not how to make yourself visible, because you're on that platform because you want people to see you. Not necessarily because you want to be popular, but because you want people to see you, and your name comes to their mind when there's an opportunity that is going to benefit you, open up. There are so many things that you mention on LinkedIn today that if they mention 100 people, at least my name should be on number 70 or number 80. If you talk about branding on LinkedIn, people will mention my name. If I did not make it to the first 10, I'll make it to the first 20. If I did not make it to the first 20, I'll make it to the last 100. You cannot talk about personal development and my name will not show up. You know, so there are key things you will talk about on that platform that my name will pop up in people's head, and they'll be like, oh, I know someone who can deliver on this. I know someone who is an expert on this. I know someone who can do justice to this. I know her. Let me go look for her. Okay, so you want your name to be registered in people's mind. So you need to also create content. I've come to the end of my session. I hope I am within the time frame. And if there are any questions, I would love to answer them before I finally take my leave. Thank you for listening. I hope you got value from this short session.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ma, for the presentation and the 10 things that we need to do as researchers, because most times I think we see it as, I don't care, let me just be there for being there sake. There is a question here, will a better profile or being active bring me the right network?
Yes, it will. It will. You also, like I said, you also need to engage. It's not just having the right profile and having the right, you need to engage. You need to connect with people intentionally. If you sit down and expect people to come and meet you, that might not happen. So at times you show yourself to people. When you see a post that a researcher is making or a researcher made and you find it interesting, put a comment. That's how you register your presence. That's how you register your name. So when there is an opportunity, like I said, I've explained earlier, your name pops up in their head because they've been seeing you around. So it's not just that you just optimize your profile and just go into hiding, or just leave the platform and just come once in a year and say, oh, I am now here. I want opportunities. Where is it? Where is it? No, it doesn't happen like that. You need to be actively involved and you need to be intentional about it. So that's just it.
Another question, can optimization of LinkedIn profile increase the chances of getting employed or getting a collaboration link? How can?
Yes, it can. Like I said, all of those benefits I've mentioned can happen if your LinkedIn is well optimized. So it can, yes. The answer is yes, yes.
There's a follow-up question to that just mere going through the profile of somebody, can someone just get a job offer like that without any consultation, or maybe
yes,
interview or something?
Yes. Oh, it's not like you will not do an interview. I have never said that. Even though some people say they get job without interview, I don't know how that happens anyway. But what I know is that even yesterday I was talking with someone, like I said, and she got some offers by people just looking at her profile. They see, because they have a keyword they're looking for. For instance, if I want a virtual assistant, I just go to LinkedIn, I type virtual assistants, and it will bring out all the profile that has that keyword. I start checking them one by one, and the one that resonates with me, or the ones that resonate with me, I send them a DM, a direct message to say, oh, I've gone through your profile. I see that you're a virtual assistant. Are you open to working with me or working in my organization? If the answer is yes, they schedule you for an interview. So I'm not even talking about, I'm not talking about low-level job here. I'm talking about good jobs, quality jobs. It's not, so don't look at it from the angle that, oh, once they come to my DM, it's not a good job. No, it's not a chicken chain job. These are good jobs. These are real jobs. So it depends on what the employer is looking for. It's not all employers that will advertise their vacancies on the national dailies or on their website. Some of them, they take it upon themselves to search for who they want by themselves. And once they can see what they want in your profile, then they chat you up and you take it off from there. So yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I think so. We still have several questions coming up. I hope you have time.
Okay, let's take them.
For content writing, how best do you think I can be consistent?
Okay, I usually tell people that consistency has nothing to do with every day, because in the mind of some people, they think when they talk about consistency, it means every day. No, every day, that's not every day. Consistency means that you are consistent with your timing and your message. Okay, so if you have decided that you want to be posting content once in a week, you're consistent with that once in a week. Every once in a week, sure. If you have made up your mind that, okay, I want to post content just twice a week, you show up those twice, and everybody, in fact, your audience are even looking forward to your content, because they know there's always something to get from you per time. So it has nothing to do with maybe every day or every time, because a lot of people are putting themselves under pressure to think, oh, once they talk about consistency, I must be posting every day. Oh, I don't have that kind of energy to post every day. No, it's not about that. It's about you being able to sustain your message. You are consistent with your message. It's not like you post this month and you come back the next month, you say, oh, I have come. Who missed me? Nobody will miss you, because you're not consistent in the first place. We don't even know you in the first place. So you need to be able to register your presence in the mind of people. Consistently means that you have a particular time frame in mind to post. So I think that's just it. So that I won't waste time on that.
Yeah. So, but you talked about timing in terms of consistency. Does that mean a particular time of the day? Okay, she would always post 10 a.m., 11 a.m., or what do you think? Is that the time?
No, I am not sure anybody will sit down and be expecting that, oh, somebody's about to post 10 a.m. No. You can post anytime you like. You can decide that 2 times in a week, anytime. But I believe that when we study our audience too, we know what time is suitable. For me now, most times I prefer to post in the morning. I post in the morning and I just leave it there. I engage all through the day. So I don't post in the morning, and because I know I don't post in the evening, because I know in the evening I might be busy with trying to round up my job and all that. So You can also study your audience and know when they will be available. What is important is that you post when people are online. You post when your audience are online. Even if they're going to be online in the night, good time to post. If they're going to be online in the morning, so you can just study your audience to know when it's suitable and appropriate to post. So I think that's how it works.
Yeah, thank you. Another question. My question is, okay, can I update my academic account with other area of my expertise?
There is nothing like academic account. Account is account. So you are the one that will determine what you want to put on that account. Okay, for instance, I have a LinkedIn profile and I have two things I do on that profile. Okay, don't let me say I have two things I do. I have two parts of me on that profile. I have a part of me as a professional accountant on that profile. And I also have a part of me as a business person, as a branding expert, as a personal development coach, as an influencer. I have that and other parts, I have it there. I have two parts of me on that profile. Now, I only promote one part of me, which is my business, which is my branding, my social media influencing parts. I don't promote, you will not see any content relating to accounting on my profile. So that is just there for people to know my complete being. This is who I am completely. But you will never see me talk about what is financial accounting or how to balance cash book or how to do financial state. You will never see me talk about that because I am not there to promote that. So you need to understand why you're there. You can have your complete profile, your business, your academic, your research, everything, you can have it there. It is now left to you to pick what you want to promote, what you want to start talking about, what you want people to know you with. I am not promoting accounting because I have a job that pays my bill for accounting offline. So there is nothing that concerns online with accountants. We have accountants too, don't get me wrong, we have accountants who also promote accounting. For some of them, they are accountants to small and medium business owners. For some of them, they provide accounting services to companies and organizations. Those kind of people can promote accounting skill or their accounting expertise. But for me, I have a job that pays the accounting part of me offline. So let that one stay offline. The one that I want to promote online, let it stay online. So you can decide what you want to promote, but you can have your complete profile on LinkedIn. So that's just it.
The last question, please. I learned that there is aspect of LinkedIn that one needs to pay for to access some professional groups. How true is this?
Yes, it's very true. There is a premium plan on LinkedIn. I can't remember all the services offhand right now, but I know that there is a premium subscription that gives you access to so many things. It gives you access to some learning program. You know that LinkedIn does training. They do training on so many areas. So the package will give you access to all this training. The package will give you access to talk with someone without being connected with them. That's one of the advantages. Because the way it works on LinkedIn is that if you don't connect to somebody, you cannot send a message to them. If you send a message to them, they will not see it. You can't even send it in the first place. So that premium package gives you the opportunity to send that message without you being connected to them. So if you have anybody that you're trying to, get in touch with, try to network with, and they are not getting, because you send some people connection request, they will not answer you. So if in that case, they ignore your connection request and you still want to get in touch with them, by all means, you can use that premium package. There's so many other opportunities to access some groups, to even access some employers. There are some employers database or job database that you cannot access without that premium. So I think you can just try and research it, Google it. You can also look at it on LinkedIn. I think there is a place on LinkedIn on the laptop now, not on the phone. There's a place where you can explore and look at the benefits. Because I think we have different packages for the premium. We have the basic, the advanced, the professional, something. I don't use it, so I don't really know so much about it. So you can just explore and see what the package has in stock.
Wow, thank you so much. We're really grateful for your time, and we've really learned a lot, and a lot of messages coming in, appreciating you and telling
Thank you, everyone.
Telling you that they have learned a lot, and I hope this will go a long way to, to bring researchers, to the limelight, and also for them to be able to get good value from LinkedIn and get other opportunities. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, my name is, like you can see my name right there on the audio. My name is Omobabiri Adiola Shideko. You can screenshot it and just search for me, send me a connection request, and let's get connected. Who knows, we might have something to do together in the future.
And now we are going to the second presentation. This will be given by Ashley Alcoin. She is a researcher, and I think she will be able to talk more about the research aspect. Ashley Alcoin is an independent researcher currently awaiting potential acceptance into a master's program to focus on beef cattle production. The past 10 years, she has been dedicated to the feedlot industry in Southern Alberta, Canada, earning her undergraduate degree, majoring in neuroscience from the University of Lethbridge, led her to a cooperative placement as a research assistant for a beef welfare group. The focus of our research is to improve training protocols through developing site-specific toolkits for producers that offer resources for the 3 different types of learners. She hopes to offer trainees the best opportunity to understand the design of their respective facility and to foster higher job satisfaction and retention. Ashley is a passionate advocate for animal welfare, trained by PACO in beef feedlot animal welfare auditing and certified by Cloverleaf as an animal welfare officer. We have a lot of them here. Helping others recognize their strengths and develop the confidence to reach their goals is another passion of Ashley's. She offers employment coaching through independent consulting. Her free time is always spent outdoors in the hot Albertan summer, where she enjoys photographing the colorful clouds and fields. So you're welcome, Ashley. And
hello, everybody. Just going to share my screen. Can everybody see that?
yes, we can.
Okay. So LinkedIn is really a platform for researchers to conduct more research. I find that researchers congregate to this app because it really allows you to customize and curate your community. The more you link in with more people that have similar values to you, similar interests, it really curates your homepage, it curates what the algorithm is going to present to you, and it really does create a community that you can completely customize. So I guess we already know who everybody is, where we are. Thank you for the introduction. So the number one thing that I want to stress is confidence. LinkedIn is, I don't want to say about bragging rights, but it is about boasting and it is about sharing, and you should be able to discuss your successes without feeling like you're being aggressive. But also don't be aggressive, stay humble. Try to remember to say, I will, not I want to, or I'm thinking about. Be very direct with what you are saying to people and how you're presenting yourself. Instead of saying, I hope to hear back from you, be very distinct at the end of your message and say, what time are you available in the next week? Give your contacts a little bit of wiggle room, but give a time frame for them to react to. And it's a little bit harder to ignore somebody when they have specifically asked for a time frame. So it's just the table of contents. So when you're selling yourself and you're marketing yourself, advocating for yourself, you need to know exactly what you are advocating and what you are trying to achieve. So you should describe your biggest dream. Reach for the galaxy as big as you want, no limitations. In a perfect world, what would you accomplish? Break it down step by step. And remember that ladders are easier to climb with smaller steps, not fewer steps. Break it down into a bunch of steps. And for each step, there will be a few problems that you'll encounter. So list them and then think about how you can solve them. I like to think about networking as an ecosystems-based approach, which basically just means you can look to other species or sectors or parts of your industry than the part you're occupying. So just like an ecosystem in nature, the phytoplankton interact with the fish. They're from different sectors, let's say government funding versus a member funded organization. but they're interacting, the phytoplankton are feeding the fish and the fish are getting food. So they interact and it's mutually beneficial. So who can you help and who can help you? What do you need and what can you offer as well? This leads you to think about the different skills that you have. And I mean, hard and soft skills. People generally forget to put soft skills, interpersonal skills that are required and very desired for different positions. They're a little bit harder to identify in yourself. So I like to take personality profile tests. They ask you a bunch of questions and then they regurgitate a bunch of compliments in most cases about yourself that you can use as your skills to show that you can cooperate, be empathetic, compassionate, that you would like to accomplish results and see the big picture, outspoken, direct, visualizing success. And there's different categories for each of these, but there's always some that you can use. And once you get your soft skill profile, if you will, you can always go to colleagues or friends or family members and just kind of say, hey, do these actually describe me? Or how would you change this? Can you give me 3 terms to describe myself? And these are very valuable for recruiter searches because sometimes it's between 50 different people who have the same hard skill set, like they can all use Microsoft Suite, they all have data analysis, the same lab skills, but some people are advocating for what they actually bring to the team and how they're going to work at the company in general. So there's always a few things that you're lacking in achieving your dreams. And you need to identify those and start working on them. There's a lot of free online courses. This Udemy site is really great. It's not free, but they have sales all the time. They're all less than 20 Canadian dollars. I'm not too sure how that translates into other currencies, but LinkedIn Learning also has a bunch of free content. And you can also attend webinars, meetings, and conferences. And this is a really good way to network as well. And you can kind of see who's working together and who's speaking together, what people are working on, and it's very valuable to identify skills that other people are working on and what you can develop yourself. I also think that it's very important to develop things outside your area of interest. For example, my interests are photography and stuff like that. Those skills transfer into attention to detail, which is not really something you want to list on your resume or on your skills on your profile. However, it shows that you do attend to the details, that you can compose things, that you can operate equipment, and those are transferable skills. But it does give you something to talk about in an interview, because all interviewers or people that you're meeting that you want to connect with want to know who you are as a person. You're not a robot and you're not a series of ones and zeros like your profile would break down to. So tell me more about yourself. You want to have something that you can talk about, volunteer experiences, even just reading books. Come up with a theme that supports what you're trying to accomplish in your career. So if you're strictly on animal welfare, like I know a lot of people are here, perhaps global equality and things like that would be of interest and transferable skills to show that you have that empathetic nature that relates to all parts of your life. So you really want to research your field. You want to know where people are interacting. You want to know what people are doing. You want to stay up to date. And the way to do that, in my opinion, is to keep records. So we're researchers and we like data analysis. We like finding patterns. We like organizing data, making charts, webs, spreadsheets. So the more you analyze this, the more links will become evident with people having previous employment experiences together or co-speakers at events. You can look at member-funded organizations and see who sat on boards together. And I'll show you how I like to keep track of my contacts. So I draw webs like this, and I didn't think that it would be very useful as an illustration if I showed my own. So you can write down people's names and then connect them to ideas or companies, and then to other people that are connected with that company. You can create pie charts to show the distribution of your connections and maybe where you need to strengthen your visibility and your involvement in. Or you can make spreadsheets that just keeps track of everything, and you can make notes on the side of it and update those as you further develop your communication with your prospective networks. The other thing you want to do is don't be afraid to create people on LinkedIn, because every time you look at somebody's profile, if they're watching who's looking at them, they're going to see your name. That's exposure. You can see what they did in their early career that led them to developing the career that you may be wanting to get into. You can see who interacts with them. Also, what kind of pages and companies do they follow? So this gives you clues into what those people are accomplishing and who is helping them accomplish it. It gives you insight to their ecosystem. And these company profiles that you find on your colleagues' pages, look for regional associations. So if you're trying to get research positions abroad, there's always regional associations that give more insight to what is locally happening in the area. And they usually have very focused board members and chairmen that are local, that are always willing to help. If they're on the boards, they're advocating, they're interested, they're active in their field. And in my experience, when you reach out, they're usually willing to develop their organization and advocate and include new members. So you want to broaden your search outside of your niche. So your niche from that diagram would be you're either the phytoplankton or the fish. Don't just search other fish, search the, the coral or whatever different sector. You really want to get a full view of who's interacting and what people have to offer. When you look at company profiles online, such as these links that I included, look at their mission statement and their About Us section. So I included a screenshot of the Canadian Cattle Association's webpage. This is their drop-down menu, and you can see that they have lots of different areas that you can look at for information and correlate your interests and your skills and your network with the people that are on the board, the staff, the partners, and their affiliated companies. So every company has these links at the bottom of their page or in a separate link. It's useful for you to discover more related companies and organizations, but it's also really good to know if you do get an interview or a meeting with somebody that you avoid referring to non-associated bodies or competing bodies. So you stay relevant to the people and the companies that you're looking into. So once you describe your skills and you find your skills through personality profiling, comparing your skills to your colleagues from looking at job postings and compiling a list of all the relevant skills that a bunch of different job postings in your field will list. For example, if you're looking for a job in a lab, look for a research technician, look for a research assistant, look for a PhD position, a master's position, all of the different satellite positions around what you really want to do, and create a list of what is required as a whole in that company. Find the ones that suit what you are good at, and then update your skills section on your LinkedIn. Recruiters search for candidates by keywords, experience, education, activity, and followed pages. So you want to be intentional with your use of LinkedIn. You want to keep random random searches that are not related to your field or your direction or your purpose for Google off your profile, because it will contribute to your algorithm and it'll get you popping up in places you don't want or you're uninterested in, and will uncorrelate you with the direction you want to go in. One thing that I found very interesting is that recruiters in your industry, agriculture or research recruiters, actually can search people directly through their shared groups, their shared followed pages and stuff like that. So if you find a good recruiter, which you can search on LinkedIn and you can browse all of them, you can look at their pages and find some common interests, and that will increase your exposure. Recruiters also have a tool and a method to categorize the people that they've interacted with. If they like people, they can make some notes on them and say they're not right for this position, but we'll keep them in this group for future reference. Hiring managers can review this, and if you update your profile often, even using a thesaurus to get different ways of phrasing the same skills, you will pop up more often. And the more times that your name is visible to your recruiter, the more they're going to be interested and watching you. So using a thesaurus would be very good. So if you have your skill listed as time management or scheduling, you can list one and then, a few weeks later or however long later, list it as scheduling. So to get these keywords and these buzzwords that recruiters are searching, you want to stay active. So you want to research the active areas of research, professors' profiles on university websites to see what your prospective application could entail for a future advisor. Stay up to date with what's happening in your field. You can follow the news. I find that YouTube is actually a very good tool to stay up to date with research. So I included a screenshot of the Campbell Center for the Study of Animal Welfare, and this is a group through the University of Guelph in Ontario, Canada. And they post educational videos, and it's very educational. It keeps you up to date. It shows you what people are doing. It exposes you to the people in the videos. And there's plenty of different profiles like this. You can curate your own profile on YouTube to have a custom feed, much like LinkedIn, to gather news and to stay up to date. Obviously, you're going to want to keep up to date with publications and study the keywords that are correlated with those citations, with those references, with those new publications. Also, don't be afraid to just reach out to somebody with an impressive profile to you. If you're too intimidated of making a bad impression or something, for whatever reason, you're not ready to contact a person that you really want to connect with, that you think could be of value to you, contact a different one. Start where you feel like it's not the most important connection that you're going to make, and start composing those emails, start composing those messages, and just say, what skills do you use daily? See what they have to say, correlate that with what's on their profile. And that is leading me into talking about connecting. Now, you don't want to just blindly send out an invite. You want to follow the person first. You want to interact actively. You want to like, comment, share, and really consider the content that they're posting. You don't just want to make a comment that just says, oh, very interesting, or good point. You want to make comments that are engaging, that will get them thinking about your value to them as well. So you can say, oh, that's a very interesting post. Have you thought about this? And share some more content. That gets you on their radar, and it gives you a chance to find a common ground that you can then discuss in your message when you invite them to connect. You want to get a well-rounded view of your target. So obviously search them on different search engines. And this will give you an insight to what kind of culture they value. Are they private or transparent, innovative or traditional? And this will give you an idea of what kind of tone to use. Some people are very casual and some people are very professional. Some people are very short. Some people are long-winded. So in their posts and with their company culture, what kind of organizations they're with, you can kind of decipher how best to introduce yourself. So again, you just want to prove that you're active in your field, you are staying up to date. And this is my acronym for how to compose a message. It's called I React. So introduce yourself, state your reason for contacting them, show your excitement, sum up your relevant accomplishments very briefly. You want to create some intrigue for them to ask some questions about what you had achieved. Compliment them. Everybody likes their tires pumped, and the more you compliment and show them that you value what they're doing and you admire what they're doing, they might be more willing to talk to you. And provide a window of time to set up a meeting. Again, like a week, do you have time next week to chat? I'm available these days. I'd really love to talk with you. But provide a window of time for them to reply to you. It adds a element of haste in their reply, and it's a lot harder to not reply to somebody that has posed a direct question rather than I hope to see you, I hope to meet with you, or I hope to hear from you soon is a very passive way of ending a message. So find common ground. I see you also follow, or we both attended. I'd love to interact with your content more. Be humble about your introduction. Don't come off as the person who knows it all or is already like above them or at their level. You always want to be asking very humbly that you have something to learn. You have something that you can learn from them. You value their opinion. Don't come in guns blazing. You want to ask for advice. You want to introduce yourself as a person who is there for more than just a favor. You want to make a connection that's going to last. So you want them to be able to tell you about themselves without you saying, oh, this is what I need for you. You may also learn something about what they have to offer, and it may be different than what you actually thought in the first place. Start a dialogue that introduces the topic of the favor or information request that you are looking for. Bring up the idea, but again, don't push the issue. Relate it back to your big dream. Then circle back to that first step that you broke down. What's the first step and what is the first obstacle you are going to encounter? And then let them respond. Because if they offer their help without you asking in the beginning, that is a more valuable connection to make. You can say, I understand that you know so-and-so, which would be very beneficial to my development as they're members of this organization that I'm interested in joining. Or I understand that you have access to a wealth of information on a certain topic, or I understand that you are a chair of this board, and I'd be honored to work with you on this. Because people are not going to just give away all of their resources. You have to remember that you have things to give as well. So open the dialogue that there is an exchange, not a gift. Don't make things one way. And of course, you have to nurture the connection further than one interaction. You can't just expect to have a long-lasting relationship with somebody who you ask for a favor indirectly, get what you want, and then you disappear. These people are always going to be of value to you, even if they didn't give you what you needed the first time around. Don't close doors, because they may be asking you for something down the road, and you may be able to give back to the field as well. So you want to continue a dialogue and share content without any personal gain. Continue following their profile, and you may see personal things that they share that you have in common that you can talk about, which develops you as a person, which makes them think about you in more than one way. You want to be multifaceted, but you also want to be relevant to what they're thinking about and what they're talking about. But you don't want to bring up anything that is a potential polarizing opinion. Don't talk about politics or religion or things that could be misconstrued as attacks on personal beliefs or anything like that. So I hope that you learned something about utilizing LinkedIn to conduct further research, to be able to conduct your research. If anybody has any questions, we can get to that. Okay.
Yep.
Approaching a potential mentor or recruiter without a response, what can be done to get their attention? So this is kind of what I was talking about when I said follow your target before you send an invite or a message, to get yourself on the radar before you personally connect, because then your name is already familiar to them and they're more willing to start that dialogue with you. It also shows that you actually are interested in what they're posting, and it's not just an empty invite as a means to an end. If that makes sense.
Yeah. The next question is, how often should one update his or her LinkedIn profile?
It depends on how actively you are searching for resources or developing yourself and your brand. If you are actively trying to be seen by recruiters, I would say when there are new job postings, you need to be on LinkedIn and Indeed or different job search platforms very frequently. So when there's new postings that come up and there's new skills that you can add, swap some out. I don't think that there's any rule or regulation for how often you need to do this, but just stay relevant, stay up to date with what's going on. And I don't think that there's too often to update your LinkedIn. I think I've been updating mine every week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe a bit longer. Which parts of your profile are you interested in updating?
It's not mentioned there. But I think once you have something, maybe you've just learned, or a skill or soft skill that you think you can add, whatever you think you can add to your profile based on the 10 things that we were told by the first speaker, you can just keep updating. Maybe you've just gotten a certificate, or you've just learned a skill or something about a new experience or something that you can add. You can as well update your profile. But I would like to ask this question: how can one send a personal message to a potential collaborator or a potential advisor?
Sorry, how?
How can one go about sending a message to a potential collaborator? You know, somebody you've checked the profile and you've seen that maybe you can have something to do in common. You have something to do in common. Like you said, you don't just ask at the first time. You need to first establish the relationship first before. But how long do you have to wait before you can say, okay, this is what I think we can do together?
Well, I mean, that would kind of depend on how active that person actually is on LinkedIn. I like to think that if I've interacted with 3 to 4 of their posts very actively, that it's an okay time for a message. However, if you have a very mutual connection, you could follow them and send a personalized invite right off the bat if you have that personal connection, such as if you're able to say, oh, we both attended this conference and I remember that you put your hand up and said this, or we both have worked with so-and-so.
Yeah. So I also want to ask this question. What is it? How can one use the search engine optimization? Can you talk briefly about it? The search engine optimization?
Search engine optimization. So is that to search potential connections or?
And for you to be visible, for the researcher to be visible as well.
For publications or for open to work?
You can talk about the job section of the LinkedIn platform. Can you talk about it?
Okay, so searching for jobs and opportunities.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I search keywords. So I'll start out and I will search cattle or feedlot or agriculture or farm, livestock, one word, and then add different sectors to those first keywords in a second search. So for example, livestock welfare, after you search just livestock, and it comes up with different posts all the time, or cattle marketing or agriculture organizations. So you have to be very specific in what you're actually searching, because sometimes just one keyword will not register. And these are the kind of things that when you are trying to be recruited, that you need to keep in mind. So your experience and your education sections, be very detailed in how you describe what you've accomplished, what you did on the site, and your job title, because these are the things that the recruiters will be searching for. So if they're looking for a agriculture accountant, don't just put in your profile that, oh, I have accounting experience. Put in that I worked as an agricultural accountant. I did bookkeeping, like put in all of the different variations of how that job title could be stated, because there's different phrases that different companies are going to use, different recruiters are going to use, and you may be segued in or out of that search according to how you phrase things.
Because I've checked some profile of people and they just put in the researcher, lecturer. Will anybody just pop in on LinkedIn to say, I want to search for a lecturer? I think the most thing is what area of specialization is what matters, not the lecturer. Nobody will get on LinkedIn and be searching for a lecturer, but they want to know a lecturer in what area. It is the area that matters and not putting there just lecturers sort of. Yeah.
Okay.
And there is a question.
Good evening, everyone. And good evening to you, the host, for bringing up this opportunity for us to actually learn and for having your speakers here. I just want to share a personal experience. I think I've been on LinkedIn for more than 6 years, but I was very passive, not until about a year plus ago. just less than 2 years ago. And honestly speaking, within that time, I have really gotten a lot. As I speak with you, I'm a student with Quantic School of Business and Technology doing my executive MBA that I got a scholarship for. And it's as a result of my engagement from LinkedIn. That's one. Secondly, the first time I got this scholarship, I updated my profile immediately. And I made a post and I tagged the school. And the school commented on my post saying, "Congratulations, Zachary." And guess what happened? Some of the students started viewing my profile. They went through it because for me, I lead a nonprofit organization called Primary Healthcare Initiative Africa. So they went through my profile, and a particular legislator from America, she contacted me. She's been trying to do something in Africa, and we started talking. As I speak to you today, we've had a series of engagements and what have you. And something big will be unveiled eventually by the time we seal it up. So this is just to let us know the kind of gold mine that we're sitting on without knowing. Let's engage more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. That's a very good experience. Who else wants to give his or her own experience or any comment? Personally, I've been able to get some international network and collaborations. I've been invited to submit a review because from the Google form that you filled when you were registering for this, I noticed that a lot of people chose that they were on LinkedIn for networking and collaboration, fine, but there are other things as a researcher that you can as well get on LinkedIn. I got an invitation to submit a review, which I did, and at least the paper has been accepted for publication now. I got an invitation for a podcast interview. At least people would know what my work is about, what kind of research I do. I was able to get the Cloverleaf certification course on LinkedIn at a discount. And based on that, at least I was also able to use that opportunity to extend it to other researchers in Nigeria. And I think if not 30 or so of them at least passed the exam. I'm not yet sure of the real number. So potential research collaboration is there online. Once you have your profile updated and you post contents that are relevant to your area of specialization, they would definitely seek out and get in touch with you. Even one of my students, Victor Oyeneron, maybe you want to share it or I talk about it. He just, at least a group, or is it a group now, got in touch with him. So write a blog about something on animal welfare for their society, it is part of it. At times you may think, oh, the money, but it's a gradual thing. When you do the little things, the bigger ones will definitely come. And there are times you get invitation to speak at international events, especially, I think there's a lot of eyes on Africa. There are times they are looking for speakers in a particular area of specialization, maybe horticulture, and they're looking into Africa, but they don't know who to contact. They don't know who is in that field. So it's only when you maximize your profile and let people know that this is actually who you are, this is what you do, then they will be able to get in touch with you. So Dr. Said, you can unmute. Dr. Said Jimo, yeah. You can unmute, please, Dr. Said.
Okay, can you hear me, please?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate you for hosting this kind of interesting forum for researchers, because I noticed many of the trainings that have been advertised on LinkedIn are usually not targeted at researchers. And I think this is a very novel idea. Thank you very much. I just want to add one or two things, and that is the fact that we all need to be intentional about our posts. Yes, we have all been encouraged to post content on LinkedIn, but we also need to be intentional in the sense that whatever we are going to post, we must ensure that one or two people are going to benefit from it, because that is the essence. I also started being intentional on LinkedIn maybe after that training, Dr. Yes. So, and I think over time, it's bringing positive results. At least from then on, I've had a series of mentees, you understand, people I'm coaching I think I can see two of them on this platform right here, but I don't want to mention names. And in fact, as we speak, as we are in this program, one of them just gave me a good news, and I pray it eventually becomes successful to the end. Then in terms of collaboration, I also get invite from people, trying to reach out to me on how I can actually help them in their academic writing, because that's what I actually focus on. You understand? So LinkedIn is very interesting, and I also spoke with one of my mentees who is presently in Netherlands doing a master's degree. It's just nice because you tend to meet people, you tend to meet new faces, and But one thing is that we must have the intention to make quality relationship. It's not a platform where you just be asking how was your night, stuff like that. We should be intentional. We should show seriousness, and that would definitely attract people to us. For example, the post by Victoria, the last time, I'm sure many people in this category will have been receiving that kind of questions, like, oh, we are both undergraduate. How are you able to amass this kind of experience? How are you able to get this far? You understand? So, but by being intentional, everything is possible. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, sir, Dr. Sai. Okay, I want to appreciate all the participants, and I want to believe that you actually got value from today's meeting. Thank you so much, Ashley, for your presentation. We really appreciate you. I think this will be the second time I called upon you, and you've been able to talk firstly to the students in the Animal Welfare Student Club, and now here. Thank you so much. And I wish you success in your master's program. Thank you so much. So please, I just want to employ all the participants. I don't let it be that you just participated and that is all. I want you to be intentional. You can go to your LinkedIn profile today and just say something about what you learned from today's meeting. So please be intentional. Take the bold step. At least start today.